women moving around with one cobra. So, the snake would have been defanged and devenomed. So, I can go on giving you a list of how many seizures we have done, and the list has become so big that these people ended up forming a organization saying that they're part of India's culture and tradition, and they are being harassed. So they called themselves as Snake Charmer Society of Karnataka, and all the office bearers even went and met the forest department higher officials seeking permission to, ideally speaking, torture these animals. And every 2 months, because these animals, if they're tortured to that extent, not more than 3 months they'll be alive. Then there's a new fresh cobra caught. So they wanted every 3 months permission for one cobra per household, which we managed to, with the help of the department higher-ups, it was struck down. The extent, that is the extent to which the number of seizures went.
Right. Mr. Babu, also, of course, this was a point you pulled up earlier, the tradition of feeding milk to snakes. It's considered an essential part of the festival. It's considered as something that is blessed if the snake goes ahead and drinks the milk. Do you think there's a lack of awareness on that front?
Definitely. There's absolutely the lack of awareness because, see, it's a reptile. At the end of the day, it's a reptile, meaning it's an egg-laying animal. Egg-laying animals do not have mammary glands. They do not depend on milk. Only mammals have milk. Like, for example, human beings, elephants, squirrels, these are all mammals. But any reptile, whether it's a snake or a lizard or a crocodile, they're all egg-laying creatures. And some snakes, people must say, I must have seen them laying, giving birth to young ones. But actual truth is the eggs are harvested or rather stored and, incubated within the snake. So all snakes are reptiles. So if you have seen them even giving birth to live ones, it's basically from an egg which is coming out after incubation. So all snakes are reptiles do not depend on milk. So it's totally in violation of their diet.
Right. Mr. Sharad Babu, thank you so much for talking to News 9 and telling us exactly what is abuse of snakes. So on the occasion of Naga Panchami, what inevitably happens is that along the course of worshipping these snakes, they're put through countless amount of abuse, and that's what we need to stop. While in fact worshipping these snakes, we can opt for idol worship and not actually approach these snake charmers. So as Mr. Babu highlighted, go ahead and devenom the snakes. They stitch up their mouths so they are harmless, and also it is understood that the reason these snakes even drink milk is because they are kept thirsty for many days in light of this occasion. Well, Vishal Sikka will formally take charge as the new MD and CEO of Infosys today. He will be the first non-promoter CEO of India's second biggest IT services exporter. Sikka's appointment comes at a time the company has seen a large number of exits and is no longer considered to be a darling among the investors. And finally, Infosys will get its first non-founder CEO in Vishal Sikka. He is, of course, replacing Shibu Lal, who was the last among the co-founders to hold the CEO post. And Sikka is an outsider, but he will take over today, and he is based in California. He will not be based in India, is what we understand. And, of course, a huge amount of pressure and expectations on the man. He is expected to turn Infosys around at a time when the company is not doing that well. In fact, it is being shunned by its competition as well. So he will have to go for a revamp of sorts, and all eyes will be on Sikka. Every move of his will be criticized, appreciated and the likes, because he is expected to be the man who can turn things around. And while Arvind Kejriwal is gearing up for the upcoming Delhi Assembly election, he is leaving no stone unturned to come back to power in the national capital. Take a look at his recent move.
Bharat Mata Ki! Inqilab! Inqilab! Vande! Vande!
These slogans of Inqilab Zindabad are to woe auto drivers who have been Arvind Kejriwal's all-time supporters. AAP Supremo Arvind Kejriwal held a massive rally for auto drivers in the capital yesterday.
4 महीने बाद केजरीवाल फिर आने वाले हैं और हम लेकर आएंगे, ये प्रण भी है हमारा। आम आदमी पार्टी की महासभा में ये कोई पैसे दे के बुलाई हुई भीड़ नहीं आई है, ये हम लोग का जोश और जुनून है कि एक ईमानदार व्यक्ति के सपोर्ट में हम लोग आए हुए हैं और हमें यकीन नहीं है, पूरे दिल्ली वासियों को, पूरे देश को यकीन है कि दिल्ली की सत्ता पे फिर अरविंद केजरीवाल जी आने वाले हैं।
Thousands of auto drivers who were assembled in Ramlila Maidan were promised that their problems will be solved if AAP returns to power.
Sir, this rally is for the oppression which auto drivers are facing in Delhi, and we want to communicate to the Delhi administration and to the Delhi police that this will not be tolerated now.
Arvind Kejriwal came out strongly in support of the auto drivers, but it looked more like a platform to point fingers at the BJP for avoiding elections in Delhi.
बीजेपी वालों को पता है अब चुनाव हो गए तो आम आदमी पार्टी की 50 सीट आ रही हैं, इसलिए ये नहीं चाहते चुनाव हो। लेकिन दोस्तों, संविधान तो है, चुनाव तो इनको कराने पड़ेंगे। जब भी चुनाव होंगे दिल्ली के अंदर आम आदमी पार्टी की सरकार बनेगी।
During his address, he also lashed out at the BJP and Congress for not providing solutions to the problems of Delhiites. However, the BJP claimed that this was Arvind Kejriwal's gimmick to come back to power and added that his auto rally was a flop show.
And where it's concerned to auto rickshaw union and auto rickshaw pullers, they are knowing well that what is the meaning of the commitment of the Kejriwal. So I don't think that they believe it. And today's rally was totally flop.
Congress was seen mocking Arvind Kejriwal for not fulfilling any promise when he was in power.
But it's known to everyone in Delhi and in the country that Mr. Kejriwal has actually fooled the people of Delhi. It's known to everyone.
See, it is Mr. Kejriwal who has to decide who has fooled the people of Delhi, who has disillusioned the people of Delhi. It was Mr. Kejriwal whom the people of Delhi had confided or given full support to, and he has failed as a chief minister. He's failed to deliver his promises.
AAP is now geared up for their next massive rally in Jantar Mantar on the 3rd of August. Will these efforts of AAP bear any fruit? Only time will tell. Sanjay Dikshit, News 9, New Delhi.
Well, it is the prerogative of the Pollution Control Board to ensure that the environment we live in is pollution-free. But sadly, the entity itself finds itself in muddy waters and its officials are involved in mudslinging.
The Karnataka State Pollution Control Board came into being with an objective. The objective to keep the environment clean and healthy. But some unhealthy practices are being reported within the board. It is quite apparent that something is amiss in Pollution Control Board. Recently, we have reported about an honest officer being sidelined and the corrupt one being favoured. Now it has come to light that the chairman of the board, Dr. Vamanacharya, is absolutely unhappy with the functioning of board's secretary, Ramachandra. In fact, the chairman has written a confidential letter to Kaushik Mukherjee, the chief secretary of Karnataka government, which News 9 has access to. The chairman in his letter has strongly condemned functioning of Ramachandra. He has written about his frequent interference in board's affairs and has alleged that he put pressure on the staff to work according to his whims and fancies. He was trying to influence all the decisions taken by the chairman, thereby relegating his position as chairman. Dr. Vamanacharya has also alleged that Ramachandra during his general transfers has seen to it that his henchmen occupy the most important positions. At the conclusion of his letter, the chairman makes daring accusation about Ramachandra being a corrupt official and nothing can be expected from an official of his caliber. The chairman has also pointed fingers at the undersecretary of the board, Anusuyamma, and case worker Manjunath, who have made it a habit of challenging every decision taken by the board. When our correspondent spoke to Ramachandra on his take about the allegations made against him, he preferred to remain silent but suggested that we speak to the chief secretary himself. While it is quite obvious that Pollution Control Board is polluted for sure and needs some remedial measures to stop the situation from getting murkier. Anand Burli for News 9, Bengaluru.
And moving on, the first look poster of Rajkumar Hirani's directorial venture is finally out. The rumour mills had been abuzz for quite some time, and now that the first look of Aamir Khan's PK has arrived, and on the poster Aamir has a perplexed expression on his face and is carrying something like an electronic receiver in his hand. Soon after the poster was released, Aamir took to Twitter to ask the opinion of his fans and friends. Here's what he said, and I quote, "What do you think, guys? Tell me fast. Butterflies in my stomach." Well, Aamir Khan for the very first time has gone ahead and tried something like this, as daring as this in fact, and definitely has generated quite a bit of curiosity, considering that the film's plotline is not yet known. Aamir Khan can be seen with a confused look holding what looks like an electronic device and standing on a railway track with no clothes on. Well, if you are a nature lover, then it's time you paid a visit to Charmadi Ghat. The monsoon has only added to the beauty of the region. Take a look.
Chikmagaluru is known for coffee and hill stations. It may not be called a Malnad in the true sense, but a major part of the district is covered with forest land and hills. During the monsoon, the region receives heavy rains and several waterfalls can be seen. The hill region, including the Charmadi Ghat, is part of the Western Ghats. The Charmadi Ghat range is spread on both sides of the road between Muddigere and Dharmasthala. Light rains and the foggy atmosphere certainly add to the beauty of the region.
ನಮ್ಮ ಚಾರ್ಮಾಡಿ ಘಾಟಿ ಪ್ರಕೃತಿಯನ್ನು ಹೊಗಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಯಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಣ್ಣು ಎರಡೂ ಸಾಲಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮುಂಚೆ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ದಂಗೆ ಅದು ಕಾಡು ಒಳಗಿಂದ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅದು ಆಕಾಶ ಭೂಮಿ ಎರಡು ಒಂದೇ ಆಗೋ ಥರ ಮಿಸ್ಟ್ ಕವರ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಹಳ್ಳಿ ಭಾಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬೂಸು ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಬೂಸು ಮಿಸ್ಟ್ ಕವರ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷಕ್ಕೆ 30 ಸೆಕೆಂಡಿಗೆ ಹೀಗೆಲ್ಲ ಚೇಂಜಸ್. ಪರದೆ ಎಳೆದಂಗೆ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ವಾಪಸ್ ಪರದೆ ಮುಚ್ಚಿದಂಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡ್ದಂಗೆ. ಆ ಪ್ರಕೃತಿ ವಿಸ್ಮಯನ ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಕವಿಯಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಕವಿತೆನೇ ಬರೆಯೋಕೆ ಒಂದು ಆಸೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ.
12 kilometer distance between Kottigahara and Ujjire has more than 20 such waterfalls. Travelers heading to Ujjire, Dharmasthala and those coming towards Chikmagalur make it a point to get down from the bus to take in the beauty of nature.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು 20 ರಿಂದ 25 ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಇರಬಹುದು ಚಾರ್ಮಡಿ ಘಾಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ. ಇದೊಂದು ಜೂನ್, ಜುಲೈ, ಆಗಸ್ಟ್, ಸಾಧಾರಣ ಸೆಪ್ಟೆಂಬರ್ ತಿಂಗಳವರೆಗೂ ಈ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷನೂ ತುಂಬಾನೇ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಳೆ ಲೇಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಲೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಇದಾಗಿದೆ. ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ. ಇದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ವಿಸಿಟಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸು. ಟೂರಿಸ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ತುಂಬಾ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು.
2 months of monsoon have already gone past and 2 more months remain. It would not be a bad idea to plan a weekend to this awe-inspiring Ghat region.